angel, and then you'll die.
All right, welcome back. We are at what, 23 episodes now?
23 or 20?
23,
22?
24,
23?
23?
I don't know.
I don't know where we're at.
Losing count, man.
I
Getting
know,
up there.
right? Losing count, not taking care of stuff like we should be doing. What's going on? Don't even know. There, we'll try that. Yeah, man. What were we? We were just talking about just before we came on here. What it was? Your bear bag. That's right.
Airbags.
Oh,
Trying to varmint proof our food for our hike.
yes, yes. And I'll tell you, man, I wish we had something that was a little bit stronger with for like hanging them, because that's what they had really attacked that some of that paracord last year.
I know. I got mine out the other day because I was doing a gear check, and I'm like, I got two airbag or two what you call it? Two sets of paracord, to hang with. I got one that's a little more heavy duty than the one that I use for hunting because that pack's a little heavier. But yeah, the one we always take, just like it's all chew. Looks like you got hit by a lawnmower.
Yeah.
We got to get some more cord. Well, I have to tell you, when you get real paracord, man, that stuff is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was impressive. Tougher than the lousy dry bag.
Right.
So. Super tired. I just want to go hiking.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
need one more mountain to add to my leg.
Have we heard
You gotta
anything
find a
about
place-
the fire out there?
I have not. Should probably call tomorrow. I got tomorrow off.
I looked on InstaWeb, and they last time it was updated was like, I don't know, 16 hours ago or something, which is a really long time for InstaWeb. So, I don't know. It looked like it had grown a little bit since the last time I looked, but
All right.
yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of the fire loop because like everything around here is on fire. So you're just like, whatever. We're gonna go play in the woods. We're gonna go play in the fire. So I'll call them tomorrow. Yeah, I should just call them. We're gonna go get firewood tomorrow when I get back. Call.
So
So it's-
looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yep. So what's on your mind, man?
I don't even know. It's been so crazy here between work and yeah, I don't even know. I just watching that clock count down that timer on my phone. Like we're almost into the single digit days before we're out there, and it's been kind of I don't want to say tough, but because it was a year ago this week that we were out last year.
Yeah.
And so now I got all the memories popping up on Facebook, all the pictures that were posted and stuff. And
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, it's right there. And
I know we're gonna be right back there. One of my old youth leaders, we're friends on Facebook now, and I posted those video or pictures the other day, and she saw them. She was like, she could not believe it. I was like, oh yeah, it's phenomenal. It's unbelievable. Just blow your dome. So, yep. There's this dude on the Billings Hiking Club on the Facebook page that I don't know if you've seen this guy. His name's Ethan Cook.
Yes, I
Yeah,
have.
he does some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know what he's into. I mean, obviously he's into hiking, running around, but he's just like I don't know. It's strange a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely it seems like he's more of a solo kind of a guy than
Yeah.
anything else. But yeah, you're right though. He does. It seems like he's always doing some crazy stuff. You know.
Mm. I was just reading before we came on, like he was picking berries. Like he picked out like all kinds of berries. Remember all the berries that oh I'm terrible. I forgot his name. Randy. We had Randy with us.
Mm-hmm.
He like knew all the berries.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy is he the guy just like picked a ton of berries. Like all different kinds. Like I know the huckleberries and the raspberries, but he had all kinds he had like 4 different kinds of berries.
Yeah, that would be something to learn. You know, the edible berries and the edible plants and stuff like that. Learn it well enough that you wouldn't have to, yeah, is it or is it not? You know,
Yeah.
it's that's really not a good place to be out there if you're looking for something to eat.
Yeah. Like that uh guy who went to Alaska. Remember that kid? He lived in the bus.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Chris, his name was Chris, Chris something.
Um,
He
I
like
was right there.
basically died of like starvation, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched that movie, my wife and I. It was yeah, it was different.
Mm,
I don't know how close to accurate it was.
yeah.
I would imagine it's fairly accurate. A lot of people, I don't know, but like living in Alaska, but unless they went like by his diary or whatever, but I don't know. In the movie, he shoots this moose, and he's trying to smoke it, the meat to save it, and like all the meat goes to maggots. Yeah, I was just like, oh, I was completely heartbroken because I was like, this guy's dead. He's so dead.
Yeah.
All that meat just gone to waste. Done. Sure enough, he died,
Yeah.
which is sad. But
Right.
I would love to go to Alaska someday. I think it's so spectacular.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think that would be a um one of the indescribable things that you would get to see is, you know, we watched what's it, Life Below Zero or something like that.
Oh yeah,
And a lot of those guys there are, in Alaska, and that's it's definitely a on the bucket list for sure to get to go up there. And I mean, honestly, even if you didn't really accomplish anything, like you didn't like successfully hunt something or whatever, just being up there and hiking around would be a blast.
oh yeah, totally. We should plan a trip to go up there and climb. Was it Denali?
Denali,
Yeah. How cool would that be?
that would be pretty sweet.
I think it's pretty tall. It's
I,
like, what is it? I think it's like 20. Is
I
it 20,000
was
feet?
just gonna ask because I'm not 100%
I know it's
sure.
pretty tall. Maybe it's only 15,000 feet.
Let's ask the Google.
Master Google.
Uh,
Almighty Google, tell us.
yeah.
That's so stupid.
Oh man, it helps if you spell it right. Because instead of DEN, I put DAN.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was
And
right. I was only out by 310 feet.
yep, yep. On a side
20.
note, Danny DeVito is 4'10",
How tall is 4'10"?
Yeah. When I misspelled it and put D8, it was the first
Oh,
automatic suggestion is how tall is Danny DeVito?
how tall is Danny DeVito?
4'10".
Four
Poor
foot
guy.
ten. Thanks for that.
And that's something that you know now.
I wouldn't ever expect Danny DeVito's name to come up in one of our podcasts. But,
Yeah, right.
dude, then we'll have to go to is it Mount Kilimanjaro? Isn't that in Africa?
Kilimanjaro.
I'm clicking on it right now. It's in Tanzania. Tanzania.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that Africa?
Yeah, I think it
Anyways,
is.
that could be our 19th because it's 19,000 feet. So we could do that, and then the year after that, we can go to Denali, do a
Right.
20. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be
That'd be-
super cool.
That's super ambitious.
Oh man.
So next year we got to find a 13.
Yeah. What's Granite Peak? Isn't that 13?
No, it's like 12.8.
12.8?
Yeah,
I might have to get into like Colorado or someplace to.
yeah. Colorado, Wyoming, one, two.
Yeah. Should be all right.
Yeah, it'd be fine. Someplace new.
Right?
Bring the clan. Take a week. Take
Mhm.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just chill out. That'd be a lot of fun. Be a lot of fun. You gotta climb it. You gotta hike it. You gotta walk up it. It's the only way it counts. You can't drive up it.
That's right. Yes. That's
No cheaters.
right.
Ooh, yeah. I don't know about you, how the weather is there, but I am just flat physically worn out from being hot and inundated with smoke.
Mm.
Oh, like everything is on fire. Like Idaho's on fire, north of us is on fire. I know California's on fire, so that funnels right up here. So man, it actually rained this afternoon, which was fantastic.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I keep asking for snow. Like,
Right.
what are you gonna do? It snows. I'm gonna go outside and lay in it. The only thing about that, I don't want to lay until I get frostbite. You know what I was thinking about at dinner? Because like we were trying to figure out what to talk about tonight,
No.
and it was like on my news feed the other day for this page called it's something Genesis on Facebook. Anyways, they were talking about this is gonna sound really bad because I can't remember whose name it is. Who is the man that did this? They killed what was it, 1,000, 10,000 guys with a jawbone of a donkey. Remember?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Um,
I'm gonna ask my Bible app because I'm having a brain fart. Hmm. It's not giving me anything. Hold on, let me click on see all. Maybe I should Google it. It's terrible. You usually maybe on the Bible app, you can like punch in certain keywords and they just pull up all kinds of stuff. And now it just like gives you like this weird random stuff. And I'm like, all right, I don't know who took over the Bible app, but they're terrible at it. See, this is really that Jeopardy music.
Yeah, I know, right? I think we said that last week too, or last
I know.
whatever it was. And I'm probably gonna repeat myself now and saying that I'm gonna have to find some.
Samson.
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 Yes.
Samson. I knew it started with S. But I want to say, yeah. There are Judges 15 through 19. All right, so let's go to Judges. Click on read. Click on Judges. Where you at? No. You need to try to do something. So, are you enjoying the Bible app? I'm like, I was till that popped up. Yeah. That's like barista asks if you like, are you enjoying your coffee? I'm like, well, I will as soon as you give it to me. Or the waitress comes by just as you're about to take a bite. Is it good? I don't know.
Haven't tried
I
it
sure
yet.
hope so. Stop talking to me. Right, all right. Yeah, here it is, Samson. Verse 15, finding a fresh jawbone of a donkey, he grabbed it and struck down 1,000 men. Then Samson said, with a donkey's jawbone, I have made donkeys of them. He's got a sense of humor. He's whooping on these guys and making fun of them at the same time. With a donkey's jawbone, I have killed 1,000 men. Well, he's writing poetry too. When he finished speaking, he threw away the jawbone, and the place was called, I can't even pronounce this, Ramath Lay. Probably just totally butchered that. If you're from there, sorry. Because, now verse 18, because he was very thirsty, he cried out to the Lord, you have given your strength. You have given your servant, I can't even read. You have given your servant this great victory. Now I must die of thirst and fall into the hands of the uncircumcised. Oh, then God opened up the hollow place and lay, and water came out of it. And Samson drank, his strength returned, and he revived. So there you go. Talk about that kind of puts Gatorade to shame.
Yeah, right?
So he was physically revived, but like Jesus revives physically revives the soul. He's the living well. Agreed?
Agreed. Yes.
Agreed. We should like backtrack. Judges. Can you imagine? I mean, a jawbone of a donkey. I wish I had read the article now. Such a slacker. But I like the comparison if you can stretch it across from Old Testament to New Testament. You know, God, once he drank of this water that God got to come out of the ground, he was physically revived, got his strength back, which is just like when you give your life to Christ, he's the living well.
Mm-hmm.
He revives your soul, gives your soul strength, which in turn, I don't see why I couldn't give you physical and mental strength to just keep moving forward, pick yourself up, make a change.
Right.
That's how it works.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're getting pretty good at this.
Yeah. Well, I love, there's so much in the Old Testament that points towards Jesus. Like there's so many um and I just lost the word. There's so many parallels in there that once you've been told that they're there, once you see them, then they're everywhere in the Old Testament. Jesus is all over the Old Testament. It just may not be by name. You know what I mean? It's
Oh yeah. So like, I'm so prepared now because I have my Bible app and my Bible right here. So keep talking because I'm gonna look at this real quick right here.
yeah. 'Cause there's what was the serpent on the staff. Yeah, that was the first one that popped into my head. The kind of parallel to, you know, this hold up the serpent on the staff, and that anybody bit by the snake or whatever will be healed. And that's
That was Moses. Wasn't that Moses' deal? Didn't Moses have the?
Yeah, I think so.
So that's where, like the medical profession people,
Yeah.
they have that snake on a stick.
Mm-hmm.
It's from the Bible, people. Hello. Yeah, it's just not some cool thing somebody made up.
Yeah, no.
Now I'm trying to find it. We got Aaron's miraculous rod. Oh. We're just all over the place. We're gonna be.
They are just all over the place.
Are you looking for it?
Yeah.
I'm looking for snake on a stick. I wonder how you punch that in.
Probably get some good Creole recipes if you search it that way in Google.
Yeah, right. A little French guy pops up. You can't understand. What do you say? You got jambalaya, cornbread? What is going on? Oh, here it is. I just click on the Bible part. They added a whole bunch of new stuff. I don't like that. Oh, here it is. Numbers 21, verse 9. So Moses made a bronze snake and put it on a pole. Then, when anyone was bitten by a snake and looked at the bronze snake, they lived. All right, we got to get a hold of that whole chapter here. The bronze snake. Oh, here we go. So Numbers 21 is titled The Bronze Snake. Start with verse 4. My hand's cramped up. They traveled from Mount. Hopefully I say this right. It's Hor. Is it Hor?
I would say that would be a valid.
It sounds like so. Along the route to the Red Sea to go around Edom. But the people grew impatient on the way. They spoke against God and against Moses and said, "Why have you brought us out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? There's no bread, there's no water, and we detest this miserable food." So I read it like that because there's exclamation points and question marks. So I think the miserable food they're referring to is the manna. I think they're sick of manna.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken. Then the Lord said, then the Lord sent venomous snakes among them. They bit the people, and many Israelites died. The people came to Moses and said, "We have We sinned when we spoke against the Lord and against you. Pray that the Lord will take the snakes away from us. So Moses prayed for the people. The Lord said to Moses, make a snake and put it on a pole. Anyone who is bitten can look at it and live. So Moses made a bronze snake and put it on a pole. Then, when anyone was bitten by the snake and looked at the bronze snake, they lived. What are your thoughts?
So I think I hear that, and so I it's interesting that you got the serpents that are running around biting people and killing people, whatever, and that for me is like the sin. And so then you get the people that are, they're tired of the snake and snakes biting people and whatever. And so they go to Moses and say, Moses, you got to intercede for us. You got to ask what we need to, what do we got to do here? And then God gives them the answer by putting the serpent up on the staff. And anybody that looks to that will be healed.
All right. I think this isn't funny, but I'm going to say this is kind of the funny part. So, like, they're looking for a way out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're like you said, they're like, Moses, help us. We don't know, we're dropping like flies. So they make this thing. And you got to wonder. So, like, the only way this thing works is if you get bitten by a snake. But God's got it rolling around because he's, they're mad at God. And so all I can think of was like, what if there's a guy in the back who got bit who can't see this thing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, was it way up high so everybody could see it from like you had a vantage point? Or people like, hey, we got a live one, we need to go to the front, bam.
Yeah, right.
I'm just curious. I mean, we'll never know, but
Well, yeah.
it just amazes me. Well, I guess living in the time we live now doesn't really amaze me, but back then it amazes me that like they have the audacity to complain about all this stuff, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you brought us out here to die. There's no water. There's no bread. Food sucks that we get. It's like, are you kidding me? You're just like, you got out of the Egyptian bondage. You crossed the Red Sea on dry ground, and now you're out here whining about stuff. I'm like, I would be like the biggest believer on the planet. I'd be like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just boggles my mind. I'm like, they've witnessed all these incredible things that, like, to this day, people try to debunk.
Mm-hmm.
And they were actually there. And then, 5 minutes later, they're like, are we there yet? This is terrible, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, so I can see God, like, oh, yeah, you think that sucks? Bam, there's some snakes, fool. Deal with that. I give you something to whine about. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to think because, like you said, you had the pillar of fire and the pillar of cloud and all this other stuff that they physically got to see. I mean, the manna itself, the quail, and the parting of the sea, and all of that. The whole Exodus story from beginning to end is just, I mean, saturated with literal God sightings because he was there. But at the same time, this is obviously well before Pentecost. And so none of those people had the Holy Spirit.
Right.
And so I've even heard the argument said that we have a closer relationship with God now than what they did back then, even having like the pillar of cloud and the pillar of fire and all this stuff that was physically there. And I mean, it makes sense. I mean, there's some validity to that. And I think that might be where that, or why that seems so foreign to us is, we have the Holy Spirit, and we don't need a Moses to intercede for us, or we don't need somebody else to intercede for us. We can go straight to God with whatever we've got going on.
Right. Right.
And I don't know. It's just one of those things that would be hard to. It's almost like comparing apples and oranges, kind of, like in a lot of different ways. But like to be there and to see the pillar of fire and the pillar of cloud and the manna and people getting bit by snakes and then healed because they looked at a rod with the bronze serpent on it.
Mm-hmm.
In our mentality, that would be like, what?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe that was something, because there was like you hear stories of for crying out loud, it involved snakes too. I was in the Exodus story where they were the Pharaoh's sorcerers, they created a snake or two snakes or whatever.
Yeah, just
And Moses was like, he threw a staff on the ground, it turned into a snake. And so their sorcerers were like, ha, we could do that one better. So they threw their sticks down and there was two snakes. And so maybe some of this stuff was like more prevalent or wasn't as exciting as what it maybe would be to us today. I don't know.
Yeah. So that what you were just talking about, it's Exodus chapter 8 through 13. So yeah, they're basically going, rod for snake, rod for snake. You got Aaron tossing his down, the Pharaoh's guys tossing their down. But here's the kicker in the end, which is it's strange that like so I mean, obviously God is on Aaron and Moses' side and he can do whatever. But like these Pharaoh guys, they're tossing their down, they're turning into snakes too, which is super weird. So like what the heck are they dealing with? You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, we know what they're dealing with, but it's like it's crazy. But like so at the end, verse 12, for every man threw down his rod and they became serpents. So everybody's got their sticks on the ground and they're all turning into snakes. But verse 13 is the icing on the cake. Or not the second half of verse 12. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. Yeah, so, and Pharaoh's heart grew hard and he did not heed them as the Lord said. So, but I mean, it's like you said, like they almost take it for granted, that kind of stuff that just happen on like a daily basis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you got guys tossing down rods, turning snakes, you're walking across seas on dry land. You got pillars, you just got the craziest stuff going on, and you still don't believe. I mean, you take today's society, when none of that happens that I know of, or you know of. You have to call me like, dude, you're not going to believe it. I threw my stick out of the ground today and it's only my snake. I would believe that. Where we have complete and total access to God, and just like don't, you know, we do the same thing. We complain
Mm-hmm.
and whine and the whole 9 yards. But these guys got like, this is like an action movie
Yeah. Yeah.
for like the first couple, you know, first 1,000 years of the planet. It's just like for humanity. I mean, Genesis. I mean, if someone made a movie, if someone followed the first, I don't know, 10 chapters of Genesis and just made a movie out of it, like word for word out of here, you'd see some of the crazy stuff you couldn't even imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So, I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, they had all this wild stuff going on, supernatural things, and you're just like, yeah, this stinks.
Mm-hmm.
Are you out of your tree? I would give anything for that.
You're right.
You know? But on the flip side, we don't have to have no one intercede for us, like you said, or we don't have to go out and kill a bunch of goats and sheep and everything now.
Right.
So we have complete total access. But it's kind of wild to think about, like all that stuff they just took for granted. You
Right.
know? Just like, what?
Yeah,
You kidding me?
and I think it's hard to get into their mentality just because, you know, pretty much everything prior to the veil being torn, you know, you had to have somebody else to intercede for you or to do your to bring your offerings, you know, to sacrifice your calf or your goat or your sheep, whatever. And you always had to rely on somebody else to do that was holier than you were.
Right.
And then so I just it would be hard for me to put myself in the shoes of somebody that that's all they've ever known. That's what it was then. You know, compared to now where the veil's been torn, you know, 2,000 plus years, and that it gave us full access through the crucifixion and subsequent resurrection of Jesus. And so yeah, I don't know. It'd just be hard to get my mind in that mode, or to try to wrap my mind around what your thought process would be like.
Yeah. Definitely different.
Yeah, yeah, because like today,
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. It's just like I'm just trying to think about it like right now. Just like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. Because if you've got a problem, you know, you've got a problem, or you're sick, family member sick. You know, you get friends that are sick, the friends' kids are sick, or whatever the case might be. You can, you know, right here, right now, you can drop to your knees, close your eyes, fold your hands, whatever it is that you do, and you can pray to God, and He hears you, and He listens, and He answers. Before the veil was torn, you know, you had, I don't even know what that would look like.
I don't know. Because like you have to, one has to speculate, and it's probably in here. The what was it? The disciples, and they asked Jesus how to pray,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and He broke out the Lord's Prayer.
Right.
So one almost has to ask the question, "Hey, look what I found! Check that out." Well,
Hey.
it's in my Bible. It was Mark. Was it Marky? I don't know. That's right in the middle of Ezekiel. It's kind of odd. I'll check that out later. Anyways, it begs the question: did like no one pray before Jesus did this. Like showed these guys how to pray. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or was it? Do you know what I'm getting at? I'm kind of like,
Yeah. No, I totally get it.
I'm not sure if I'm conveying this very well.
No, I totally get it because like
I'm on the Google again. Sorry.
If you had to have somebody else that was cleaner than you, that was holier than you, intercede on your behalf, then and if that is your reality, then what would be the point of you praying yourself?
Yeah. All right. This is not helping me at all. Technology is not that great sometimes.
Yeah.
So say that again. I didn't quite catch the whole thing. I'm sorry.
So, like, if your reality is that you have to have somebody that is holier than you and cleaner than you and whatever other descriptors better than you, if you have to have that somebody to intercede on your behalf, to be the, I don't know what you want to call it, mediator between you and God, and you have to have that, then what would be the point of you praying on your own? Like you said, did they pray individually before Jesus, explained to them, yeah, here it is. Here's how. Now, here's kind of an outline of how to pray,
Right. And we've had these up before, and now I can't find it. I feel so confident sometimes. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I know. Well, because there's like if you're looking for the Lord's Prayer.
Found it. Bam. I found it. Found it.
Which one? Luke or was it Luke or Matthew?
I got Matthew. Matthew 6.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it's titled the model prayer. So Matthew 6, verse 5. And when you pray, you shall not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the corners of the streets, that they may be seen by men. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward. Mm-hmm. But you, when you pray, go into your room, and when you have shut the door, pray to your Father who is in the secret place. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. And when you pray, do not use vain repetitions as the heathen do, for they think they will be heard for their many words. Therefore, do not be like them, for your Father knows the things you have need before you ask. In this manner, therefore, pray. And then it gives the Lord's Prayer. Yes, so my ignorance on my part, because obviously they did pray, and the ones that kind of thought they were basically what it says, you want to make sure you're praying for the right reasons, and you want to be secluded if you can, the best you can, because God's getting, Jesus is getting that. I think here is like, don't be a show off. Get in somewhere where it's quiet and clear your head and do your thing. Granted, God is already knows everything, knows what you're going. But he likes to hear it. But yeah, don't be. Obviously, that back then they had people standing on the street corners praying out loud, getting crazy. So.
Yeah, because I think he's talking about like the Pharisees and the religious leaders of the day that were, they were just that. They were full of themselves and that when they would pray to hear themselves speak and not to actually pray.
Right. Yeah. That is correct. Well, I answered that question quick.
Right?
There's so many things. We were like all like super over the map tonight. I'm just like, we got an airplane tonight. We're flying around all the terrain. Yeah. So we were talking about Alaska, so like we got a bush pilot, and he's just taking us all. We're just
right. Yes.
Yeah, we're not running to the woods tonight. We're just scouting it out. Oh man.
Yeah. So, seeing as we've been all over the place, what kind of takeaways do you got?
Takeaways, man. Takeaways.
It's a tough one because we've been all over the place. There's so many.
Yes, don't I don't say don't. I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess when you talk to God, just talk to God, and don't be like the Israelites fresh out of Egypt, where you whine and complain about everything, because they literally had tangible items, if you will, or interactions with God. Did you imagine just walking along? You're just so angry with God that you're like, you almost wish you were back in captivity, and you're thirsty and you're sick of his food. And so he's like, and then he's not happy with you. So not only are you're thirsty, you're hungry, and you're mad, you get bit up by snakes just out of the blue. You're like, are you kidding me? So, and then, yeah, there's no, I think we take God for granted so much. It's like, oh, he'll always be there. Yeah, and he'll always be there, but you can't take advantage of him,
Right.
I said this at Bible study. It's kind of like coming home and expecting your wife to have dinner on the table every night, and then you walk in the door. That would never fly with me, because I like to just chill before dinner. I like the pre-dinner. Anyways, and I like to cook, so whatever. I take away. I mean, don't be angry with God. I mean, he didn't. And two, when you pray, find a quiet place to pray and talk. However you just want to talk to God. I do it in my pickup truck because it's quiet and there's no one else there. And yeah, just me and a steering wheel. It's my quiet place quiet time before I leave the house, before I get to my job.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. He knows what you need. Just talk to him about it. So,
Right.
yeah. And use your brain, man. I mean, I have some fun when you read the Bible, if you will, because it's just snowballs from one thing to another, to another, to another, and you never know what you're going to learn. Like last week, we learned they sang a song every communion, which was super cool. So, what are your takeaways?
Boy, where's it? You said, if you're gonna pray, pray from your heart. Not, don't pray to sound good. Just, like you said, go find a nice quiet spot that you can just clear your head and do your business with God. Now, that's not to say that corporate prayer is a bad thing. I mean, um, getting a bunch of people together and just praying together, that's awesome, as long as it's your heart's in the right place. If you're doing it to make yourself look good or try to impress somebody else or whatever, that's not a good place to be. And I would say along with that is that I think part of it too is that it's not something that you say the same prayer every single night over and over and over and over again, right? Like, I think a perfect example of this is a lot of the blessings that you hear for like meals and things. Um, they're rehearsed and they're cold and it's just words and it's the same thing every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fall into that trap either. It's when you're praying for whatever it is that you're praying, whether you're praying for a meal or just praying in general, um, it needs to be, very just from your heart to God. God already knows what's in your heart, like you've said. God already knows what's there. God knows what you're wanting, what you're needing. But he still wants to hear it come from you. He wants to hear all of your stuff. Because I think of it kind of like a father. If I might know that my kids are going through stuff or whatever, but that still doesn't mean that I don't want to hear them voice that. Uh, I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever, but
No, it makes sense. I get it. I got two teenage daughters, so I totally understand. You know when they want something, they're hanging out in the kitchen, they won't leave. I'm like, what do you want? Would you just spill your guts? I know you want something.
I know you want something. What is it? Come on.
Yeah, let's hear it. Nice water bottle.
Yes, this is going to work with me.
Nice. Dude, I have it like all over my work stuff. Well, it's a great conversation starter because everybody's like, what's the way outside? What's that all about? I'm like, oh, let me tell you.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't say a word. Just put my water bottle, just like, yeah, put my water bottle out. It's like, yep. I found a lady who makes beanies, dude.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I just worked on her house. Been there for 2 weeks. So she calls it the sweat shop downstairs. Yeah, she like makes all the Grizz gear, and she probably made this hat, and I don't even know it. But anyways, yeah. So she's like, I mean, she had like a embroidery machine, vinyl machine. Oh, she makes like everything you can imagine. I'm like, can you make beanies? She's like, yep. And I'm like, we're friends. Super cool. So, saying back from the hike, we'll get her set up with get her making some beanies.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, and we're, what did I say, 10 days? Yep, 10 days, 8 hours.
yeah. 10 days of hike. There's like 29 days till opening day of archery.
Nice.
I'm pumped. I can't wait to knock down some elk. That was a quick gear change. Went from Lawrence Prayer to killing elk.
Killing up, that's right. Yep. Change topics so fast, make your head spin.
Oh, like a mudslide coming on a mountain. We're just making a hole, people. Look out.
All right.
Remember that outside last year in the dark?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, dude, did you hear that? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. We should probably get out and look.
Yeah, in the dark.
Yeah.
Dude, that was like the first time ever I like got like super nervous. I'm like, what was that? That was heavy. We're dead. We're gonna die. Like something big is coming. That was wild. So, oh, I'm so stoked. You don't even know.
Yes.
I'm not bringing anything to start a fire. Nothing.
Nothing. No.
Like, I don't want any part of that.
No. No.
Nope.
Like,
Nope.
just remove all of that temptation altogether. Just leave that all at home.
Yeah. I got a jet boil. That's it.
Yep.
And I'm going to set it right up next to the water.
Yeah.
The water. Move. I might go hungry, but I'm not going to be responsible for starting a fire.
That's right.
It is so dry, man. It's unreal. I've never seen it this dry. Oh,
Man.
Yep.
And on that note, we should probably wrap this up anyway. We've been going for over an hour now.
Nice.
Yeah.
A lot to talk about. I kind of, you get like 30 minutes out, on whatever day of the week church you go to, but, it's kind of nice to elaborate and kind of jump around the Bible. It's fun.
Yeah.
I like it.
Throwing things out there and asking the weird questions and
Yeah. Totally.
So until next time, guys, always remember that we love you.
God loves you.
Peace out.
Peace.